Hey everybody, Arashi here, back in with another upload. In today's video, we're going to be talking about Luke Skywalker and how he completed what Anakin couldn't. Now, as we all know, Anakin Skywalker was one of the strongest and best duelists during his time in the Clone Wars, but what if I told you that his form was actually not perfected? And that Luke Skywalker actually took his Form 5 to Gemso and perfected it to completion, and became an even better duelist than his father was before him. Today's video, we're going to be talking more about Legends Luke, because obviously the Disney canon Luke is just ruined, and we don't like that Luke. So we're going to be talking about Legends Luke mainly today. As we all know, Legends Luke is actually seen by the fans and by many people as the perfected form of Anakin Skywalker, and what I mean by that is that Luke Skywalker became everything that Anakin was supposed to be. It makes you wonder why Luke chose Form 5 when it's such an aggressive form, when Luke is all about peace. And it's in complete contrast to what Anakin Skywalker was, where he was just all about gaining power and completely overwhelming every single last enemy he fought against. Luke perfected Gemso, or Form 5, by actually adding compassion to it. And he also added understanding to the form. What I mean by this is that Luke actually felt the dark side of the Force calling to him whenever he would actually use this form. Especially aboard the second Death Star when he was fighting against Darth Vader. Luke could actually feel the dark side of the Force calling to him, and also he was channeling his dark emotions into his fight against his father. After Vader had threatened to turn Leia to the dark side of the Force, Luke had let out. He had let out in Form 5 to Gemso, really trying to overwhelm and destroy Darth Vader. And the sheer nature of this form was having him turn to the dark side of the Force. He could feel it calling to him. So now you may be asking yourself, how do you add compassion to a form that's so deadly and so overpowering? And Luke's thoughts to himself were actually just like this. You add compassion to it, you add understanding to it. Luke was actually using it just to quickly defeat his enemy, not to necessarily kill them. He was actually trying to protect his opponent. Once he found out that he was overpowering an opponent, he would slowly begin to pull back, as not to allow the overwhelming power of Form 5 to control him, he would actually control it. He would never actually attempt to kill his opponent because he was all about peace and understanding and the compassion that comes from it. And this was one of the most critical aspects that Anakin could never understand and could never grasp. Anakin was all about overpowering and destroying his enemy right then and there. Whereas Luke would use the form to actually just try to disarm his opponent, to just take him out, overwhelm them, and show that they can't beat him. Then once he felt through the Force that his opponent was defeated and they can't fight back, he would pull himself back and would not allow himself to tip the scales and go to the dark side. Anakin, when he used his form, was all about power, was really trying to just overpower and prove that he's the best. Whereas in contrast to Luke Skywalker already knew he was the best. He already had the peace within him. Luke understood the great power that he already had within him. He already knew he was very powerful, and he didn't feel the need to flex that every chance that he got. Due to Luke's Jedi teachings and his Jedi ways, he actually understood that compassion and pity is what was needed upon his opponent, and to only call upon the Force to use more power when it was actually absolutely needed. But never to absolutely destroy his opponents, but to understand and get peace into the galaxy is what he really ultimately wanted at all times, which even characters such as Mace Windu fell completely victim to. He fell victim to wanting to understand his inner darkness so much that he created a whole saber form. And with Mace Windu's understanding of him wanting to be the absolute best. And even Jedi Masters such as Kit Fisto, who had mastered Form 1 with its wide, sweeping, violent motions. Luke understood that he didn't necessarily need all that in order to win a battle. Luke would use the nature of Form 5 in order to completely incapacitate his opponents, but never for the finishing blow. He never really cared about any of that stuff. He just wanted peace overall, which this is exactly how Luke managed to actually master Form 5 and actually take it to heights that even Anakin couldn't get it to reach. And this is one of the many characteristic reasons why Luke Skywalker is my top 5 favorite Jedi, honestly my number 1, and is just why he's such an amazing character. Anyway, that's all I got for this video. Let me know your guys' thoughts and opinions in the comment section down below. May the Force be with you, and have a great rest of your day.